Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
My name is Brent Apperson. Good morning.
So good to have you folks along this morning. Appreciate it. A cloudy sky for a change, or a mostly cloudy sky. Let's hope that will bring some rain. Another fire yesterday. We heard the call go out for more assistance on a fire over in the O'Connell-Callaway area, I think it was. Went over the radio yesterday. Hopefully they got that taken care of. So that's 3 fires this week, at least, in this area. So let's get some rain.
Amen to that.
Amen. Nice setup they had yesterday afternoon and evening for the drive-through Burger Bash benefit for Lawrence Stump and family, deputy, paramedic, and firefighter. Had it on the north side of the square, and they had it all set up. You can just drive right through.
Nice. Worked
out nicely. And hopefully they made some money for the cause. They had a raffle as well, so thanks for all the volunteers who put that together. Looked like it was a pretty cool idea. I think we'll probably see that again.
Yeah. And I believe that if you weren't able to attend the event, I think that there's a benefit account, if I'm not mistaken, that's been set up at
Custer Federal.
Custer Federal, okay.
Custer Federal State Bank will take your donations, as Brent mentioned. I got to thinking yesterday, and I don't want to dive into this too far. We got a lot of things to do here today. Got a good show lined up. We had the Farm Credit in, and
yes.
Tyler Peters and Paul Burney were in. And, the subject of guineas came up and chickens.
Yes.
And, I think you could tell by the stories being told that back in the day when we had kids, we had animals all over the place at our house.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. But, yeah, it sounded like you were a little, almost a petting zoo.
We had ducks.
A little bit.
And we had, the guinea pigs, rats, dogs, cats, all sorts of other animals as well. I was wondering, you've got that one area on the side of your house.
Oh, great. Here we go. No.
It's got
just right now, no.
No, wait. No, listen.
No, I'm not going to handle animals.
No, wait a minute.
Place.
This is for a good cause. You have a kids' care center, preschool right next to you. Wouldn't it be fun for them if on the back side of your house, right next to where they are, you could have maybe some guineas or ducks for them to look at? I would build you a setup for that because it
sounds like you have experience building those types of setups after yesterday's conversation.
I did, although Paul was correct. The guinea pig big cage we had in the house, in the dining room, was it was a rabbit cage, great big one, as big as this room, practically.
Man, that is big.
Well, it's probably about as big as half of this room.
Yeah.
Filled up the whole. Anyway, I didn't build that. I did build the pen for the ducks.
Okay.
Out of screen doors.
And to clarify, the pen for the ducks. Mm-hmm. The ducks were in the house?
When they were first, for a while, until they got too big.
All right.
Got a picture of them swimming around in the sink. But just think, good neighbor.
Good neighbor.
And I think Mom down in Arkansas would love this idea because you got the kids next door.
Why do you always bring Mom into it? You always bring Mom into it.
Because she's a good lady, and she knows good deeds. And it would be so wonderful for when the kids get out and get in and out.
I don't think Mom's speaking to me.
What happened?
I forgot their anniversary.
Oh, man.
Yeah, not good.
I wish you would have told me it was their anniversary. I would have sent them something.
Yeah, I did remember. It was just like 2 days after the fact.
Oh, no,
I need to call, and this is and we have this problem now with technology. What should Brent have done?
Yeah,
he should have called, right?
Well,
I forgot. I should have called, but I'll be honest. I felt so terrible and so guilty. I took the chicken way out. What did I do?
No, you text?
I texted.
Oh, Brent.
And now I'm feeling guilty about that.
You should.
I know I should. I should have called, but I didn't want to bother them. I didn't know what they were doing, so I just texted.
You didn't want to bother them, Brent, please.
Right. I felt guilty. I felt bad. And I didn't want to face it. So I did. I took the chicken way out and I texted.
Well,
so now I've got to draw up the courage to call.
Well, yes, do.
Yeah.
And, send my love.
I will. Yes.
If I would have known it was their anniversary, I would have got something sent down their way.
I know you would have.
That's why you didn't tell me.
I didn't tell you because I forgot.
Oh, that's right. Anyway, think about it, Brent. You got that little area?
I've thought about it now.
That would be on the west side of your house, on the west end, right next to the school for the kids, preschool. They get in and out of the cars.
I'm never around to take care of them, though.
I'll come over and feed them. All you got to do
especially for the next 2-3 weeks. I'm never going to be home.
All you have to do is tell my wife, Joan, that there's birds over there, guineas and chickens and ducks, whatever we could get into the pen, and she'd take care of them every day. You wouldn't have to do a thing. You might have to clean out the area once in a while. Today,
so glad you're back.
Today at Litchfield at the schools, they don't have any classes today. They're off today.
All right. We'll go to SEM today. SEM school, on their menu, it shows delivered pizza today for Sumner Eddyville Miller.
Prairie Pioneer Center today. Chicken salad, veggies, and fruit. And, a lot of the people that go to the Prairie Pioneer Center probably raised chickens and ducks and so forth. They could swing by and take a look at your place.
Thetford School today. Chicken strips on the menu at Thetford.
Wouldn't it be great in the morning when we got up to come out to work and you just get a rooster?
Oh, yeah, I bet our neighborhood would love that.
It beats dogs. And some Myrna today. Made fresh scalloped potatoes and ham with dinner roll, Pizza Hut pizza, fresh baked zesty combo subs at Anselmo Myrna today.
Sandhill School in Dunning, Crispitos, nacho chips, and cheese sauce on the menu at Sandhills.
At Loop City, back where Brent used to help with Chicken Day, breaded chicken sandwich.
And it just happens to be a breaded chicken sandwich.
I didn't realize.
There you go.
Oh, poor. Breaded chicken sandwich with pork tacos.
Ansley today. Hey, it looks like they're at fall break, according to this, at Ansley today.
Callaway, they're having tacos as well with fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Broken Bow Middle and High School today. Made fresh scalloped potatoes and ham with dinner roll, cheese pizza, fresh baked zesty combo sub, and the grill station combo is a cheeseburger basket at Broken Bow.
No school at Arcadia today.
All right, we'll go to Gothenburg. On their menu, it shows made fresh scalloped potatoes and ham with dinner roll, spicy buffalo chicken sandwich, made fresh cheesy pizza, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, and Uncrustable cheese and cracker platter at Gothenburg today.
No, Brent, I'm thinking what would really be popular with the kids would be Rhode Island Reds. They're a beautiful chicken. Arnold Public Schools today, they're having Crispitos.
Cozad today, chicken. Boy, we're announcing a lot of chicken on the menus today. Chicken fried rice, pig in a blanket, and pizza bar on the menu at Cozad today.
Sergeant, fall break, no school. I think Catherine could help us with some of the poultry needs. Yeah. She might even have a suggestion for how to make a pen. Do we attach that right to the side of your house, or would it be... We want to talk to the landlord about that. I think we got a little pull there because they also have the school. We could rotate. We could have ducks for a while and then chickens, guineas, geese. Even put maybe a couple of turkeys in there about Thanksgiving time. Be a rotating display for the kids right there at your place. And I'm sure Joan would feed them for you, as long as you would clean the pen. Let's play the game.
Hey, let's do. Thank goodness.
And today we're going to throw
Yes.
in 2 tickets along with whatever you're giving away.
Yeah, pizza, I think, today.
Pizza today and 2 Knee Knocker Woods tickets
Oh, yeah.
to get spooked out.
Yeah, just a couple of weekends left to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's your question. We're going back to the days of the transistor radio, asking you questions about songs that would have been played on the old transistor. And here's your question for today. Which band sings the song, Hey, You, Get Off of My Cloud?
Oh, man. They had a lot of songs, but that was a big one back in the day.
Yeah. So who sings it? Is it the Grateful Dead, the Bee Gees, the Rolling Stones, or Jethro Tull? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Your mornings sound better.
If you're driving in the car on the way to work, it just makes your day more enjoyable just listening to them.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Hi, this is Andrew from Pearson Physical Therapy. Did you know we offer dry needling? Have you heard of it? Are you curious if it might be right for you? It often gets compared to acupuncture, but there are definitely many differences. Our goals in therapy are often pain reduction and improved mobility, and that's just what dry needling is all about. Come talk to us, and we can see if it's right for you. 872-5800, or stop by and see us on West Highway 2.
Just like technology and all of this talk about AI, the world of construction and home design is always evolving too. At Ansley Lumber and Supply, they are committed to having the very latest in materials as well as the tools you need to tackle the job. Wanting to get in on the barn-dominium craze? Well, Ansley Lumber and Supply has everything from the plans and framing to the windows, insulation, and shingle material you need. If your project is a little smaller than building a new home, they have what you need for those too. Ansley Lumber and Supply. Visit them on Main Street in Ansley.
It is 7:43, and we have Linda on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
How do you feel about chickens?
I don't know.
You like guineas?
Yeah, they're noisy.
Oh, well, maybe. Could
My
be.
mom and dad used to have them.
Oh, yeah. They're kind of aggressive sometimes, too.
Yeah, they roosted in the trees.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we wouldn't let them do that at Brent's place because we have to keep them pinned up. Here's Brent with your question.
Okay, Linda, here we go. Which band sings the song Get Off of My Cloud? Is it the Grateful Dead, the Bee Gees, the Rolling Stones, or Jethro Tull?
Rolling Stones.
Absolutely, it's the Stones. And because you answered correctly, we got a certificate that'll get you a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. And if you would like, we got 2 passes to Knee Knocker Woods, too, out around Gibbon, Nebraska. So come on up.
Why don't you give those to somebody else?
Sure,
Okay,
no
will
problem, Linda. We'll do that.
All right, Linda. Take care.
All right, thanks.
You bet. Linda, yes, she is correct.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we wake you up?
Nebraska's favorite way to start the day on KCNI KBBN.
Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers is proud to be servicing the Custer County area, and currently land is moving at a high rate of speed. So if you are considering selling your land, now is the time, or get an opinion of what your land might be worth. Call me, John Farley, at 308-530-7854. Or check me out at lashleyland.com.
7:47. Excited about our guests who are in the studio here because they are, I know, both love chickens and geese and ducks and guineas and little birds.
I think Kim has some chickens.
Kim, do you have chickens?
I do.
All right.
When I heard the rooster this morning, I thought, I could bring it to your house.
Oh, well, thanks, Kim.
Well, it'd be for the
time. Just holler.
Yeah, okay.
It'd be for the kids.
Great.
That would be great. You
yes.
guys are very helpful. Thank you very much. Bruning Bank of Broken Bow. You both have been employed there for a while. Renee, how long have you been?
Almost 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
All right. Kim, I know you've been there a while.
Since the beginning. Almost 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. We started in April of, 2004?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Pull that mic just a little closer to you, Kim.
2005.
I want to hear what you have to say there.
Yeah, that's okay.
I know Eldon wants to hear what you have to say.
He's not listening.
Shame on him. So we haven't got to talk about banking business for a while. Maybe we always get a visit with you off and on throughout the year, but it's been a while. And one of the things that it seems like, not just in banking, but in all aspects of life, we have all this technology, all these wonderful ways to transfer information, communication, and money. But with that, Renee, comes some responsibilities and some things we have to watch out for, and I know Bruning Bank's doing that.
Right, yeah. So, like, a big thing we're seeing right now is check fraud. Businesses are experiencing, checks being lost in the mail, check washing, they're altering their checks. So it's a little unfortunate, but businesses have a smaller window of time to report that fraud. And so we have a service through our online banking. It's free to our business customers. It's called Positive Pay. And what that does is basically the business inputs, the checks that they write. It tells the system that when these checks come through, make sure it has the payee correct, the check number, the amount. So if it doesn't match, what they told the system that the checks they wrote, it throws up a red flag, catches that fraudulent check right away. And then the bank and the customer is at no loss. So it's a really good tool that we've incorporated through our online banking, and we're trying really hard to get all of our business customers set up with that, just because we're seeing fraudsters turn now to paper checks. Before it was debit cards, and it kind of shifts. So
and it's kind of funny. I don't know, Brent, to me, that washing checks and check forgery almost seems like it would go away with all the digital options, but it's not, is it, Renee?
And we're seeing, things are getting stolen out of people's mailboxes, and so we have to always be on our toes on what to change and look for. So that's kind of a new product that we're really pushing, but we do have other services for like personal customers. So like, say myself, I'm not a business. How do I keep my account safe? Well, we have alerts that you can set up on your account, and you can set it up from anything to the password was changed to a check has cleared to your debit card. You can get a text for just about any type of activity on your account. So there's really no excuse not to have a good full picture of what's happening on your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And if they have questions, would you be the person that they should call and talk to?
Yeah, and all of our staff are pretty knowledgeable on those products too. So anyone they talk to at Bruning Bank should hopefully be able to give them a good picture of it.
Sure.
So.
And if they know somebody else knows a little bit more about one particular area, they would just pass that along. So, it just seems strange that, more and more people are not using checks, but yet that's one of the areas where they try to get in and get your money, but they'll do it however they can do it. Standing in line with your credit card is somewhat dangerous anymore.
Right.
It's just now the other part of that, Kim, would be if you do know that you have a problem, if you've been purged, I assume the quicker the better to call the bank and get things started in repairing things, right?
Right, and like Renee said, there is a small window of time to get that returned. So that's why the positive pay comes into play with that. If you have online banking and you look at your checks every day, then you would catch it. But if you aren't looking, you're not going to catch it. So they have like until midnight of the next day to get it returned. And if they don't, then it's hard for us to actually return it to the Fed. So
yeah, the first question I would think that you hear is, will I be able to get my money back, right? I mean,
Right.
that would be the first thing on our minds,
for
right?
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And unfortunately, you are more liable than people think. I think a lot of people think that, oh, the bank will take care of that. But unfortunately, it's the customer, the business customer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So don't think that you're off the hook because
right,
you need to react quickly.
right.
Okay. All right. Guys, how much I should say ladies, I apologize. Ladies, how much time do you suspect that you and other banks these days are spending on this issue?
Oh, it's crazy.
Too much?
Every other
Too
phone
much
call,
is
it's,
exactly right.
what is this transaction and why isn't my debit card working? And I got this piece of letter in the mail. I got this phone call, this email. I mean, it goes from every avenue. It's not just checks. It's,
Yeah.
I got this funny email. I got this something in the letter in the mail. So,
And a lot of banks are even hiring full-time fraud departments so that they, I mean, just because there is so much of that. So
Yeah.
it's,
I think most people can understand what a big task that is for a Bruning bank because of what you just mentioned, Renee. We have to be careful about what emails we open up. If we don't recognize it, a lot of times we just don't want to open it up because it might open up a whole new set of problems. So it's a huge thing, isn't it?
yeah, and it's really scary, especially when they, involve a rush aspect and your money's in trouble. It just scares the customer. So then it can happen so fast,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But
we've had customers come in the bank and they're actually on the phone with someone who's telling them that they need to send them money and they've scared them in some way.
and don't tell the bank.
Yeah, and they say don't tell the bank.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And they've actually wanted to go in an empty room to talk to this person. And, of course, we become suspicious and then we confront them about it. And, sometimes they listen and sometimes they don't. But
Yeah.
if we don't feel comfortable with it, we won't do the transaction for them. So,
Good method.
and they get upset with us sometimes, but we're just protecting them. So,
Yeah.
A lot of times it's obvious. You have just won a big prize. And these days you go, well, I don't believe that. I'm not going to mess with it. I guess there's a very small chance that you may have won a prize and you're going to miss out, but mostly it's just a fishing expedition on somebody's
Right.
part. So yeah, it's a big job.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it seems like a lot of the people that get picked on are seniors. It happens to everybody, though.
right.
But a lot of seniors get a lot of that kind of fishing.
They just know that seniors are compassionate, kind people, and they're wanting to help people, and so they do pick on them.
Yeah.
We have younger people, though, too. It'd surprise you that
Yeah.
fall
I
for
think-
that kind of thing. So,
I'm betting if you visited with about any age group, any of your friends or relatives, there's going to be a few stories about how I had to stop a card or, all that sort of thing. So,
For sure. Yeah, so we've experienced a lot. I feel like our staff is well trained in what to look for and how to take care of it. So,
okay. All right.
yeah.
Ongoing task.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else at the bank do you want to highlight this morning? Is there
Oh.
some other things?
That was the big thing, was that positive pay. Is we really want to help our business customers out, but that's kind of really all I had in my pocket to talk about.
All right.
along that line with positive pay, I think several weeks ago, our operations department told us that that our business customers had saved around $250,000 because they had positive pay. And you have to remember, it's just not Broken Bow. We have branches in Grand Island, Kearney, Holdridge, Hebron, and Bruning as well. But if they wouldn't have had positive pay, there could have been that amount of a loss. So it's just a huge promotion right now to get people using positive pay. And for any business, you write larger checks. That's why it's important to do that. So,
$250,000. So what you're talking about, $250,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was we had just started positive pay at that time, and so it was just at the beginning. So, I mean, it's probably more than that now.
Okay.
But we've even watched videos where they show people delivering the mail in the bigger cities, and they're attacked by criminals.
Good grief.
And what they do is they get the key from them that unlocks all the boxes. We don't worry about that in Broken Bow, and hopefully I'm not giving anybody any ideas. But, but one key can unlock all those boxes. So that's what they're doing, is attacking those people and then getting the key from them and then going out and they've got cameras out, all over, and there's videos of these guys opening the boxes and throwing all the mail into their vehicle and then taking off. So then they get a hold of these checks and wash them.
Gee.
So they're just creative.
I don't want to get on my soapbox here, but that sounds to me like it takes a lot of effort. If that effort would get put into just a normal job and collecting a paycheck, just think where we would be in today's world.
I know.
But that's all I'll say.
Well, I always say that all the time too, Brent.
Yeah.
It's like they are very intelligent people, not necessarily those types of situations,
yes,
but with the electronics of the fraud that they use.
Yeah.
Use that for something good in the world.
Something constructive,
Yeah.
Instead of destructive, So, well, thanks a lot. That's a great product that seems to be really working. I'm glad you talked about that. Renee, before we close, your husband Logan sometimes tells a joke when he's here. Did you wanna...
So it's funny you mentioned him. He was in the bank the other day, and he was waiting in line behind a few customers, and he was getting, impatient. Next thing I know, he's pushing the customer over. I said, well, what did you do that for? He goes, well, I wanted to check their balance. I feel like that was pretty good, right?
That was a good one.
Oh, that was great, Renee.
That Logan gave that to me. That wasn't, I didn't think of that one, but
yeah. That was pretty good. Kim, overall, the banking business has changed so much in that 20 years you're talking about. And of course, one of the things that everybody's been watching here lately is the interest rates, what the feds are doing and so forth. And I'm sure you get some questions about that once in a while. What should I do? Should I get a CD, or should I release a CD, or, those kinds of questions?
Yeah. And right now, it seems like it's pretty volatile. We don't know what they're going to do. The Fed's talking now like maybe another 0.25% drop in November. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Okay.
People are tending to leave them short term still.
Yeah.
With the terms of their CDs. So.
Well, it's a pretty good percent. I mean, it's a pretty
still
good payment.
Better than it was.
Oh, much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And on the lending side, of course, everybody's wanting it to come down. So.
Yeah, that's the balance, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are, you open up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock?
Our drive-up opens at 8.
8.
Our lobby at 8:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then open till?
4:30 in the lobby and 5 o'clock at the drive-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very convenient hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Ladies, thanks a lot. Anything we missed that you wanted to?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Any fishing stories from the main man down there?
We don't fish at the bank, so he doesn't talk to us about fishing.
He just, every now and then we get an email. The farmers are concerned about the water level at the Calamus, and so he has to go check them. So,
and every once
I don't know. I didn't realize our water came from that way, but I guess.
And why white bass come back with him from there?
Yeah.
Oh, I understand.
He has a lot of buddies that come in, and I don't think they're always talking ag think there might be some fishing stories there too.
But you don't get in on that.
No, usually not.
Okay. It's good to see you guys. Thanks a lot for coming in. Bruning Bank, right downtown Broken Bow, in the old Ben Franklin's building that has been totally redone and beautiful. If you haven't been into the bank for whatever reason, you're new here, you just haven't been in, still time to kind of walk in and look around and go, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. It's been redone and still has that feel of history to it. It's pretty cool.
We can still tell you where the fish used to be.
Yeah. Well, there you can talk fishing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, there you go.
Stay tuned. News is next on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. American Paul Whelan, freed 2 months ago in a prisoner swap with Russia, speaks exclusively to CBS News about his 5 years in prison on an espionage conviction.
As it dragged on, it did play with my mind.
Says he suffers from PTSD. The full interview on Sunday's Face the Nation on CBS. Defense Secretary Austin says the killing of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar opens a major opportunity to negotiating a lasting ceasefire in Gaza.
The hostages should not have to suffer one more hour in captivity. And those who are holding hostages should release them immediately.
Donald Trump made a plea at the Al Smith Catholic Charity Dinner in New York.
The votes are starting to come in. You got to get out and vote. And Catholics, you got to vote for me.
Kamala Harris sent in a video skit with comedian Molly Shannon.
Don't say anything negative about Catholics. I would never do that, no matter where I was. That would be like criticizing Detroit in Detroit.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy from Dell Technologies. Bring projects to life with the XPS 16. It delivers supercharged processing for enhanced productivity and freedom to express yourself. Performance-class Dell PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors deliver a dedicated engine to help accelerate AI. Enjoy free shipping, Dell rewards, and expert support. When you get a Dell PC with AI, it gives back. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
In Nebraska news, in a story released by KSMB, firefighters from multiple communities were fighting a fire in eastern Kearney County on Thursday afternoon. Emergency radio traffic indicated the fire was located near the intersection of West Road and 41 Road in eastern Kearney County, about 8 miles northwest of Kennesaw. Mutual aid requests went out to Kearney, Elm Creek, and Pleasanton. There were also requests for crop dusters to help fight the fire. National Weather Service satellite imagery showed a smoke plume extending north into Buffalo and Hall counties. A Local 4 reporter said smoke was visible in Shelton. The size of the fire was unclear as of late Thursday afternoon. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's news source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In postseason baseball, Game 3 of the American League Championship Series saw the Guardians stun the Yankees with a 7-5 win in 10 innings. New York's Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton hit back-to-back homers in a 3-run 8th inning to go up 2 runs, but Cleveland came back with a pinch-hit 2-run homer from Jhonkensy Noel in the 9th inning with 2 out to tie it up, and then it was David Fry with a 2-run walk-off homer in the 10th to win it for Cleveland. New York still leads the series 2-1. Game 4 of the National League Championship Series saw the Dodgers roll over the Mets with a 10-2 win in New York. LA's Mookie Betts had 4 hits, a home run, drove in 4, while Shohei Ohtani hit a home run and scored 4 runs. LA leads that series 3-1. Week 7 in the NFL got underway with Thursday Night Football in New Orleans. The Broncos rolled over the Saints 33-10. Denver running back Devontae Williams had 2 rushing scores, while the Broncos defense recorded 6 sacks, forced 2 fumbles, returning 1 for a touchdown. Denver is 4-3 on the season.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Slight chance of rain showers today, otherwise a blend of clouds and sun. Daytime highs approaching 74. Southerly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy skies tonight, thunderstorms likely, lows dip down to about 47. Cloudy skies tomorrow, slight chance of rain showers. Daytime highs approaching 65. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
They grow up so fast, and soon enough they're off to college. But as time goes by, the cost of tuition continues to rise. You know that college is important, but the expenses may seem out of reach. Edward Jones can help. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Tim McCaslin.
And I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Janet Lawhorn. Let's work together to help you tackle growing college expenses. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to schedule an appointment. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It is 53 degrees outside, a little cooler than what it was at 7 o'clock at 55, and I'm told, Kristen mentioned that she could see little sprinkles on Jack's car.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Now, normally we don't get excited about just a few little sprinkles on a windshield, but it's so nice to know that water can come out of the sky. So there's been a few little light sprinkles, very, very light, but maybe that will prime the pump here. Winds are out of the southeast, 5 to 15. Barometric pressures at 29.93 and rising. Humidity at 64%. High yesterday was 78 with that overnight low of 55, now at 53. Sunset today at 6:54. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:55. And again, no measurable precipitation all of this month, and it's very, very dry out there. Red flag is up again today. Winds are going to blow again today. Hopefully we can get some moisture out of the sky, more than just a sprinkle or two. But in the meantime, the fire danger index is off the charts, so be very careful out there and do whatever we can do to prevent fires. And there was reports of the fire departments being called out over in the Callaway area, Ocano area yesterday for another grass fire. We don't have any more details than that, but we do know they were called out. So that's stretching our guys and gals a little thin here lately with all of the fires they've been taking care of. And again, we remind you, they are volunteers, so thank them when you can. Brewbakers. Mark your calendar for an upcoming event in Arnold. Now, this is a ways off, but mark it down. Friday, November 15th from 8 until 5, and Saturday the 16th from 9 until 3, Brewbaker's Coffee House and Gifts annual tasting and holiday open house will take place. And they'll have door prizes, drawing for 25% off merchandise and a free gift with every purchase. So this is worth remembering. November 15th, 8 to 5, Saturday the 16th from 9 until 3, Brewbaker's Coffee House and Gifts annual tasting and holiday open house in Arnold. They're also having a Black Friday sale you won't want to miss with savings you won't believe for that one. We'll have more details for you later on there. Brewbaker's in Arnold, Nebraska.
Let's see, some other things that we want to remind you of. If you're looking for something to do tonight, how about heading over to Sylvester's? The Jesse Carr Band going to be there. The band thrives on versatility and multi-genre music. You'll hear vocals that soar from both male and female vocalists. So enjoy the Jesse Carr Band. They'll be performing tonight at Sylvester's. And then, of course, tomorrow, it's time to cheer on the Huskers. Time for another Husker football party. Early kickoff tomorrow. Kickoff at 11 as Nebraska takes on Indiana. And, of course, they always invite you in to watch the game there at Sylvester's. During the first and third quarters, make sure you're at Sly's for their happy hour specials. So that'll be going on Saturday. Cheer on the Big Red at Sly's. And then mark your calendar. The annual Halloween party is set. It's going to be November 1st. And we'll tell you more about that as we get closer to it. But mark it on your calendar, the Sylvester's Halloween party set for November 1st.
Thank you, Brent Apperson. I want to remind you folks of a pancake and sausage feed that's set up for Sunday at the Callaway Community Center. This is going to be held for Kent Trumbull, who has been a firefighter and EMT for 30 years, retiring due to health issues. They'll have a free will donation on Sunday, and all proceeds will go to Kent's medical and family needs. This will take place on Sunday, 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Callaway Community Center. It is 12 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock, and Casey Johnson is here from Mid-Plains Community College. Good morning, young lady.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I can confirm it did sprinkle on my car.
Oh. Yay! You had a sprinkle on your car.
Really enough to make it really dirty. And that's about it, but it was something.
Yes, just enough to smear the dirt, right?
Well, and to be really honest, when I walked outside, because my car was sitting outside, I thought it was our yard sprinklers that had covered my car, but it was not.
Good.
So.
Should we all go out and roll our windows down to maybe make the chances even greater that it'll start raining?
I think most people would be willing to do that.
I think so, yeah.
Maybe we should all go wash our cars.
That too. Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure, Barry would probably appreciate that if we'd all go wash our cars today, and then maybe that would spur things along a little bit.
Well, I hope we get some moisture. That would certainly help. We're kind of worried about the fire situation out there. What's happening at the college?
We have a lot coming up here. We have this just goes with needs no introduction. Barn quilts.
Oh, yes.
Yes, always got to have a barn quilt class every semester, and it is coming up a week from today, actually, October 25th. It will be, let me check the time here real quick, because it is in the evening. It is from 6 to 9, and as you know, we usually tell people if you'd like to leave your project there afterwards, because you won't get it done. Typically, you don't get them done between 6 and 9. It's a long process, and it takes a while. I've made several. I do enjoy them. They're a lot of fun. You do not have to have artistic talent. You really just need to pick out some colors and be able to draw lines. Actually, you really don't even need to draw lines. You have to be able to erase lines.
Okay.
That's not bad,
That's
right?
Not too bad, no.
Yeah. And you're going to learn some painting techniques, and there's a lot of taping involved, a lot of tape. So be prepared for that. But they're so much fun, and Rose just makes them just a lot of fun and really an outlet for creativity. We've been really finding a lot of success in classes like that lately, just artistic things that people like to come and express some of their creativity. So barn quilts is a great way to do that. You can make a 2x2, a 3x3, or a 4x4. Now, I don't usually recommend the 4x4 to start out with.
Sure.
It's quite intimidating, and it doesn't sound like it's very big, but that's a lot of paint that goes on there that you're painting with a tiny little brush. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I recommend starting with a 2x2 or a 3x3. And this design is either a Christmas design, coming right up, or you can do just a geometric barn quilt. So we're looking forward to that. That will be next Friday, October 25th from 6 to 9. You can call the campus and we can help you get registered for that. There are, when you register, we ask you to tell us if you're going to do the Christmas or the other, so that she knows what to bring with her. Okay. So we've even had people that buy blanks to take home with them, to work on them later. So they're really fun, and they're really pretty, and you can hang them on your house or in your living room if you wanted to.
Sure.
So there you go. The next thing we've got coming up, remember we rescheduled our Understanding Your Credit class to November 3rd. That's Sunday, November 3rd. So that's going to be coming right up here. That is rescheduled from a couple of weeks ago, and it'll be 7 to 9 out at the college on Sunday, November 3rd, Understanding Your Credit. And I do want to mention, sometimes people get a little funny about a class like that, because you think, well, I don't really want to talk about my personal business in front of other people. And I guarantee you, it's really not like that. It's, we're not going to be pulling up your credit report and putting it up on the screen or anything like that. It's really about just understanding what to look for and things to watch out for, so that you don't get, you don't find yourself in a situation where your credit has been hijacked or something like that. You want to be able to know what to watch out for and how to protect yourself. And so if you're concerned about, personal details, you really don't need to be. And then the last thing I want to mention is this has turned into quite the experience. We have a self-defense class coming up.
Whoa.
This is now. I'm gonna say this very carefully. It is typically a class that is taken by females, but but it is not only for females.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we can follow this.
Yeah. Yes. We have to be careful in today's day and age. We can't. We don't have classes for just ladies or for just gentlemen. So so this is a self-defense class. Anyone can join. We actually have 2 self-defense classes, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. But I can tell you, I'm going off of memory here, but I believe it's the morning class is full or nearly full.
Okay.
The afternoon class was filling up. This has really taken off. Sometimes you throw a class out there and you're not sure how it's going to be received. And this has been quite the pleasant surprise for us. So if you're interested in self-defense, here's what we have found is that we're getting groups of people who are signing up together. Because, what's more fun than learning about self-defense with your friends.
Right.
So
and a little confidence factor there if you come together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited for this one. This is going to be Saturday, November 9th at the college. And again, there is a morning class from 9 to noon and an afternoon from 1 to 4. So if you're interested in that, you can go online and register, or you can give us a call and we can help you find the right class for you.
Casey, let me just ask you to describe it just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go into great detail because, there's lots of different kinds of self-defense methods. Was this kind of a general, or is there a particular... like you have karate, different things.
I understand what you're asking. And I would say this is more general, not like a specific technique, more about safety awareness, being aware of your surroundings so you don't put yourself in situations that can be dangerous. And then techniques to get yourself out of a situation. So really it's more prevention and
defense,
than physically attacking someone.
Right.
We all like to think maybe we're, I don't know, tough enough or whatever. I don't even know if tough is the right word, but in a situation like that, you really just want to get away and get out of there and get to safety with other people, and that's really what this is about.
Basically, having a plan.
Yeah, exactly.
And being somewhat prepared for the unexpected. Right?
Yeah, and you really nailed it with a confidence factor. It's really about learning, how to be confident in yourself and, not really make yourself a target,
right,
so to speak. So, yeah.
Good class. And
really excited.
Got a good response. One of them's almost full, if not full. So
Yes, it could be full by now. I haven't checked in a couple days, so it could be full by now, and we're very excited for that. So, again, some fun things coming up, all on the weekends, I guess. We got a Friday class and then a Sunday class and a Saturday class. So time is busy. People get busy out there. So our phone number is 872-5259 if you'd like us to help you register for anything. Also, don't forget, if you are a student and we haven't talked to you yet, now's the time to get registered for our spring semester.
All right. Last question. I know you bring this up once in a while. Anybody out there that has expertise in particular services, methods, and all the things that people run into, I know you'd like to talk to them if they'd be interested in providing a class on a particular subject.
Absolutely. We just had someone stop in the other day with a great idea for a class, and so that's exactly what we're looking for, particularly if you're able to teach it.
Yes.
It's great to have ideas, and we like to go out and find folks that are able to do that. But if you are someone who you have an idea and you know a little bit about the subject and you feel confident in teaching that, we'd love to talk to you.
All right, and be listening too for further developments. I know you're working on this wonderful new service you can offer with the medical side of things, right?
Absolutely, yes. We were just taking a tour of our new simulator truck the other day, working on getting it stocked. Hopefully looking to have that up and running by right after the first of the year.
Okay.
It's a big goal.
That is a big goal. Casey, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Mid-Plains Community College, West Highway 2, Broken Bow. So lucky to have the school here. I happened to catch your conversation about that very fact here the last time you were here. So thanks for coming in.
Hey, I'm sorry. Before you go, I just have a quick question. I want to take you back to self-defense for a moment.
Yes, Brent.
Are you looking for anyone to be a volunteer to practice on for self-defense? If so, I nominate Dave Burney.
What a selfless and noble thing to do, Dave. We'll find you a suit.
Oh boy. Well,
we'd have to get it extra long, probably, but
would I be the perpetrator or the victim?
I mean, as much as I can't really imagine you being a perpetrator. I think we'd have to make you the bad guy.
Oh gosh. It all goes back to chickens, doesn't it?
See, you started it. I had to turn the tables on you.
Well, I'm going to be a guinea when I get there. Thanks, guys. We'll take a time out with these words.
Every weekend in October, acres and acres of pure fear await you in Neenaka Woods. Savage Jack's Trail of Terror and the demons of the underworld corn maze. Plus monster eats, the Hellfire jack-o'-lanterns, axe throwing, and so much more. Neenaka Woods in Gibbon, open every weekend in October. Discount coupons at Pump and Pantry. Get your tickets now at neenakawoods.com. What waits in the woods?
Are you concerned dry weather could impact your pasture, rangeland, or forage next year? PRF Insurance from Farm Credit Services of America offers protection against the risk of loss due to lack of precipitation in your grid. You choose the time period, coverage level, and number of acres to insure, and we do the rest. Apply by December 1st to easily lock in your PRF insurance.
Visit the Broken Bow location on West Highway 2 or call 872-2461.
This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
At Echo Financial in Arnold, they believe that sometimes all you need is someone to help show you the way. It is certainly true with finances and insurance. Whether you're starting in your career or are preparing for the retirement of your dreams, Echo is there to listen, understand, and help guide your financial journey. She invites your questions and offers complimentary consultations for your retirement and legacy planning. Echo Financial offers asset management and financial planning with a heartbeat. Visit echofinancialllc.com or call 308-848-2244 to book your appointment today. Advisory services are offered through Echo Financial LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Nebraska. Insurance products and services are offered through Echo Financial and Echo Pelster Insurance LLC affiliated companies.
She comes from Silver Spoon, Golden Rule Private.
Insurance card if you have one. Clinics are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on each day. The next flu shot clinics are Tuesday the 22nd and Friday the 25th. Go get your flu shot at Barney Pharmacy in Broken Bow. Flu shot clinics at Barney Pharmacy in downtown Broken Bow, helping to keep everyone healthy.
The morning Sandhills Drive never sounded so good.
In the mornings, we don't have to fight over the radio because it's one station.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
Mr. Rick Nelson will be up next here on The Breakfast Show. Stay tuned.
What better place to have a Halloween party than an oasis in the middle of Nebraska? Yes, that's Henry's Bar in Callaway. Saturday the 26th, crawl into your creative costumes and slide over to Henry's. Cash prizes will be awarded to the best costumes around 11. And you can belt out your favorite songs from 9 until the casket closes with karaoke. Join the creepy crawly Halloween fun with spooky drinks at Henry's Bar in Callaway, Saturday the 26th. Follow them on Facebook at Henry's Callaway, Nebraska.
It's harvest time, folks. Early mornings, late nights, Agland ATV knows harvest time is a busy time for our customers. We know your machines have had a rough summer, so let our service department run them through the shop and look them over. Waiting in line at the elevator? Hop on Agland ATV's website and check out all the new Polaris models with new colors and new models that you will love. Agland ATV is stocked up with the accessories that you'll need to keep you warm with the changing season. Cabs, heaters, blades, we have them all. Stop in today at Agland ATV, West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Always wear a helmet, never drink and ride.
Are you sidelined with an injury? Team Physical Therapy can help at 872-5111. With fall sports and activities getting underway, let the Movement Rehabilitation Specialist get you back into shape. 872-5111. Don't let that back, neck, knee, or shoulder injury prevent you from doing what you love best. With locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, Team Physical Therapy will get you back in the game. 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteenpt.com.
Good morning. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Good morning to you.
Rick Nelson is here, who heads up Custer Public Power District, and we're happy to have you here, Rick.
Good morning, Mr. Bernie.
Must say your socks are outstanding today.
Today, I'm kind of at the bottom of the barrel, so I pulled out my hydro socks.
I like them.
Yeah,
they look great. I just wanted to add something to the show before we get too far in.
Perfect.
You know, I know you've been a proponent, if I can get that out this morning, of the small nuclear modules.
Yes.
Well, I just saw the other day that the stock market is beginning to embrace this whole technology.
Really?
The small module is a company that's being now on the stock market doing quite well for future use. So compliments to you for seeing into the future.
Well, what's really bizarre is that Google, among others, have decided that in a carbon-free world, nuclear has to be a part of their mix. I just saw that 2 days ago.
It's a pretty big company to be acknowledging that.
Yeah, especially when they were, centered around renewables to fill that void.
Okay.
And, could be leaning that renewable direction pretty hard. I think it's a big deal when Google comes out and says we need nuclear in order to power what we need to do in life.
Well, it's on the way. I mean, you were right. I was wrong.
Well,
I hate eating nuclear,
Nuclear crow?
Yeah, nuclear crow.
Glowing crow?
Glowing crow. There you go, Rick. There you go. Dave's eating glowing crow today on The Breakfast Show.
Will I be better off for it? We'll see.
No.
No, I thought that was an interesting article that they had out, and I didn't know about the Google So
yeah, both Google and Apple. So there's a little experiment going on in Wyoming.
Okay.
And it has to do with Bill Gates. Bill Gates' company is into nuclear. This is outside of Apple, but it, has. There may or may not be a connection between Bill Gates and Apple yet. I have no idea. That was a hint, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not very good when you got to explain where you're going.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it happens all the time on this show.
Say, you should be used to it by now, Rick, with Dave and me.
Yeah, you got to lead us once in a while, Rick.
So the whole idea, and they're pouring billions into this project. It's probably going to be 100 times the cost of any other electric supply, but they're trying to prove the technology. So this little shindig out in Wyoming is, I think they have 500 and some engineers on site. They're going through hundreds of millions of dollars a day, a week, a month. They are doing the pre-nuclear work for setting up a nuclear reactor that's set to run on unprocessed spent fuel.
Okay.
Which there's a lot of it around. I think I made this quote one time: if Cooper Nuclear was able to use all the fuel that they have on site, it would be 200 years worth of fuel just by reprocessing. So Bill Gates is saying, well, why don't we use that and put it into a reactor and make electricity? So they're working on it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the name of the company just went in and out of my something.
It may be the same one. We may be talking about the same
could
thing.
be.
Here. I don't know, but
yeah.
I guess the one thing that just not a red flag, but a concern that some people may have is that if you start having smaller ones in lots of different places, and I know people, especially in this part of the world, don't care for regulations and guidelines as much as other places.
Yep.
But that I would think it would be pretty important to have that part of the plan where you're not going to have it just one big, like a Cooper, where you can monitor it all the time. Right. If you have these small modules in lots of different locations, I guess one would hope that there would be, some monitoring that would come with that.
So the Nuclear Regulatory Commission will absolutely have their arms around that from a containment standpoint. But the other side of these SMRs, the small nuclear reactors, is that they are self-contained. You turn on the switch and you put it in the ground and you hook your electrodes to it and you walk away.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's more economically feasible to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of what you just said. Yeah.
Yep. If it's all self-contained, there's all kinds of caveats, and you hit the nail on the head. You know what kind of regulations you have around to contain it and track it and make sure it doesn't go into being a nuclear bomb at that point in time. I get all that.
Yeah, sure. And having it maybe someday in the consumer's hands, right. That's probably way down the road if it ever happens. But like you go buy a generator to hook to your barn, for when you don't have electricity.
Right.
I guess you could imagine someday that, Brent could hook up a nuclear generator to his house so he would have backup power, which would be great. But there would have to be some guidelines to how. Because if you hook up a generator backwards, you have problems, right? So.
You don't even have to hook it up backwards.
Don't have the right switch or whatever, right? Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's an interesting. We'll follow that.
Yeah,
But
glowing crow.
Yeah, glowing crow. I'm eating it right now. It's not that tasty.
It's not that tasty.
Hey, we have been having, and you probably have some things that you want to talk about. I wanted to ask you about this situation we're in right now with the dry weather, the fire situation out there. I know you guys watch that closely.
Oh boy, yeah. So had an issue south of town. Was that yesterday? South of Oconto.
Yeah.
We had one just on the outside of our service territory 2 days ago. Way east of Ansley, just on the other side of where we stopped.
Right. It's like it was west of Loop City and went north.
Right.
And then there was one up at Dunning Monday, south of.
I'd heard that.
Yeah.
I don't know any details of it.
That was right along Highway 2, and then the one you mentioned yesterday.
Yeah.
We don't have details on that, but that I'm sure you have to watch all of that for damage and for making sure that you guys do it all the time, making sure your lines and equipment are safe and good to go.
It's rather scary. What came through this morning, I swear there was raindrops on my windshield coming out, but it's so dry that it was gone before I could actually focus on it to see it. But
yeah,
it certainly would be nice to have some rain, and I really want the farmers out there to take care and just watch themselves. That's the last thing that I want to see happen is something bad to them. It's really dry. Combines. I heard a story that a individual had a brand new combine, made 3 passes, or maybe he was on his 3rd field, and fire started in the head.
Oh man!
And so, I mean, even the new equipment, is a little vulnerable to that as well. And so just be careful. Just because you have a new machine doesn't mean that something bad isn't going to happen. So,
Right.
Keep your fire extinguishers close, the whole 9 yards. Just be careful out there.
Yeah, right now.
I worry about that.
Yeah, a hot bearing is not a good thing right now, is it?
No.
Yeah, and the guys know that, but machinery, it kind of does what it. Even if you grease it, you can have problems, right? So we know that, but it's pretty tough situation right now. But
we made it down to Oconto. There was some reports of what had happened, so we got down there right away. We worry about the one that was just on the outside of our territory, just because that's what we do. And then the one up at Dunning, we're out there checking things and making sure everything's all right. But
yeah, and I think in some cases, extreme cases, you even have to cut the power.
Oh yeah. If there's any question, we'll shut things off. The downside is, and our guys know the areas, so the area guys know where they're at, where the services are at. The last thing we want to do is cut a service to an irrigation well that's pumping water into somebody's ditch to save it from crossing the road or something. So that's the other thing we pay attention to, and that's kudos to our area guys who keep that system in the back of their head and be able to. We can't do that because irrigation well right on the other side. We need that water, so we got to figure something else out.
Yeah.
And there's other things we can do. We can cut bells in, de-energize a small portion of it. Sometimes we can do that if we have an alternate feed, but those guys will do what they have to in order to keep water running in the area.
Yeah, and they a lot of your guys have been with you a long time.
Yeah,
they know a lot of those property owners and producers out there, so they can communicate. So hopefully we'll alleviate that here this weekend, but I don't know. Every time we think we're going to get rain, we get little sprinkles like we got this morning. So we'll wait and see.
Right.
Rick, did you have something that you had on your chart that you wanted to talk about today specifically?
Well, we just yesterday we went through. It's a process that's put together by our national organization, and then we bring it down to the statewide level. We administer it through the statewide level. It's something we called RESAP, or Safety Accreditation. So it's the Rural Electric Safety Achievement Program is RESAP. And basically, we have an internal audit that we do. And turn that in. Cindy works. Happens every 3 years, and she's already creating a file for the next 3 years, and it just happened yesterday. So she keeps track of all that stuff. That internal audit then leads to a on-site evaluation. And what happens is we'll have the statewide come in along with yesterday. We had 14 of our peers from the surrounding area. So we had people from by Ainsworth, KBR, Howard Greeley, which is over at St. Paul, Loop Valleys in Ord, Southern Public Power District, which is in Grand Island, Dawson Public Power. We had about 14 representatives from those organizations up. And essentially, they go through a pretty thick little pamphlet. They have a bunch of questions that they answer. It's a predetermined, what are we looking for kind of a, and they'll go through trucks. They'll go through lockers. They want to look at the hooks. Are we keeping them sharp? It's all kind of random. It's whatever's in the office. The on-site is unannounced, so any time this year, the statewide could have came in and said, today's the day. And so I like to communicate to everybody at Custer Power that every day is a RESAP day, whether it's year 1, year 3, year 2, Monday, Wednesday, October, whatever. Every day is a RESAP day, so we try to keep things clean, keep covers on drill bits, try to keep covers on our gaffs in our climbing gear, keep our rubber goods up to date, keep our the rubber goods, our rubber gloves, sleeves, blankets, so we'll put some blankets up on the line if we want to guard against a wire that's hot. So look at test dates, look at all that. And yesterday was that on-site visit, the unannounced.
Oh, boy.
And I knew that it was happening, but nobody else at Custer knew that it was happening. And so we went through that. It used to be a drawn out 7 a.m. till 9 o'clock at night process, but we were done by about 1:30. Some technology's helping out statewide a little bit with that. And there was 14 guys, so we sent 4 crews to each one of the service centers, and they'll look at everything from, was the door locked when we walked up, security, and then they'll go through trucks and do the same inspection. How clean is it? Do you have your papers in here? Do you have your insurance card? The whole. I mean, it's
pretty intense.
It's really intense. Yeah. And so, and it's done by our peers from other districts. So it's kind of, well, I won't go to the description I was going to go to, but it kind of leaves you out there hanging a little bit. And so it's really good for that to happen, because that gives us an outside view of, are we doing things correctly? Are we testing things, and are we testing things that we say we're testing accurately? And so, we test our gloves, our rubber gloves, every month. And what we don't want to see is a stray rubber glove in a truck that's out of test date. Just, I'm giving you all these examples.
There's a lot of detail there, Rick. I mean,
well, there's a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a reason we go through this. It, helps set ourselves up for being safe.
Mm-hmm.
It communicates to our people that we have a commitment to safety, and it communicates to others around us the importance of safety. Sometimes we learn something from those guys coming in. Hey, did you try this? Well, no, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So we're always looking for ways to improve. So the odd thing is they even come up and go through the office. Is there a trip hazard in this hallway?
Really?
Is there? Oh yeah.
Got a rug maybe that's a problem.
Shelley, what do you do with an irate customer? Here we go.
Okay.
So, it's
pretty thorough.
It's all the way through, top to bottom.
Wow.
Top to bottom. And so that happened yesterday. I think it went very well. Kudos to all of our people. We do have a list of things that we're going to work on, which I don't always expect, but if there's something out there, then by golly, we want to make it right. And so we do have that list. Cindy's working through that. Here's another odd little thing. Are we communicating safety to our customers? Well, how do you prove that? Well, do you have it on your website? Do you go out and do safety demos, hotline trailer? So there's documentation of all that. We pull up social media. Here's what we do, line down kind of a post. And so
your newsletter that you do.
Newsletter, yeah. What do we do to make sure that customers are being safe around a down power line or that kind of thing? So pretty big ordeal. And I think we'll get the results of that on that December time frame. I think Larry at Statewide's rather kind of overbooked at this point in time. So it'll be in December. We did get a snapshot of some things that we need to work on right away. And I saw Cindy running around the office yesterday kind of working on a couple of those things. So here we go.
Sounds a little odd maybe, but maybe not. When you go through this kind of inspection from your peers and you go all the way to whether there's a rug that might trip somebody in the office to a stray glove in the truck or how clean are the trucks, the safety that is needed to be used when they're out working on construction or an outage, really all comes down to that goal that you have, that they've always had at Custer Public Power, and that's consistent service to that customer you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
That really fits together with consistent service, doesn't it?
Yeah, it all boils down to if you can't get a truck out of the bay because it's down or something, you got to get to an outage somehow.
Yeah.
And I'm always a big fan of being clean, and the guys yesterday didn't know it was coming, and all the floors were all swept, and everything looked good. Now, does that help you get out the door? Probably not, but that folds over into other things on the job site, on going out and seeing the customer. That all provides an image that we take care of our stuff. And the guys do, and so it's a little bit of pride, and I don't know. I walked back through very early yesterday morning,
knowing what was coming.
To see what
say
was,
anything.
No, to see what. Oh boy, what am I doing? Maybe I should have been here last night running the broom around a little bit, but no, that's the guys that do a great job, and they, this isn't a. So these 14 guys go around. This isn't I got you on this one, or I got you over here. It's more of a, hey, have you ever thought about doing this different? Or, you have a fire containment cabinet. Well, did you think about putting this into that cabinet?
Yeah. Because
that's probably where it goes. Well, you're probably right.
I think most people that are listening go, if you have a garage and you have tools in it and you kind of have a neat setup to where you know where those tools are and you have them hanging in a area where if I need this particular tool, I can go get it to do the job that I need to do, it works pretty good. If you have a whole bunch of tools in a drawer that you don't know what's all in there or they're scattered all over the garage, then it's going to take you twice, if not three times as long to do the job. Really, kind of comes down to that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I do the same thing. Where's that pair of pliers at? It's supposed to be right here.
Yeah. Who had that?
So then I get into I'm a little upset with myself, and the next 2 hours. I'm cleaning the whole damn thing.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm going to clean the garage and start all over again.
I'm going to put that tool where I know it's going to be.
And you can kind of tell when you go into a mechanic shop.
Yeah.
When they've got things kind of lined up and set up, because they have to have it that way to do their work. And,
to find it, yep.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And safety, that just raises the level up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Yep. I was brought up with the phrase... pretty sure I'll never forget it. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. And so
that's a good saying.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. My uncle always said, a job worth doing is a job worth doing well, which kind of fits that too. And that's what you're talking about there. Yeah. But don't look at my garage, please. It's a mess.
No, we came out of that yesterday, and it was really good, and like I said, I'm proud of everybody at Custer for, following kind of what we preach and following what we teach, and so everything went well, and I'm pretty proud of everybody at Custer.
Good report.
Yeah.
And I think having peers do the inspection makes a lot of sense, because if you have a guy that comes in with some agency or some company with a clipboard and he's looking to verify his job, so he's going to find something wrong somewhere. And with this, you actually get people who understand how it works.
Yep. Yeah. You get the insurance company reps coming in to inspect, and you know who that is. And you automatically write down about a half a dozen things that he is going to show up on that report, because that's what he focuses on.
Yeah.
And that's not really good, because then you lose sight of everything else that you're supposed to be looking at. Yeah, I could go into detail, but I'm not.
And I think we're thinking the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we have FCC here, and we do a mock inspection once every couple years, and it's a former engineer who usually has the job, and he comes in and inspects. But honestly, you got maybe a guy who's real particular and makes your life miserable before and after he leaves, or you get a guy that comes in and says, that looks pretty good, I'll sign this and sign that, and I'll see you later.
Yeah, so see you in 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is great, where you have people in the trade who come in and as you say, not look for problems, but come up with ideas how to be even better.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
Great report, Rick.
Yeah.
Anything else? We're about out of time. But
well,
any thoughts?
Last night we actually, on top of having this very stressful thing happen, we had a budget workshop with the board last night, and went about, 2 hours or so, 2.5 hours, maybe almost 3. Went through top to bottom, what the budget looks like, every detail. We are looking at about a 3% increase in revenue for 2025. I had the opportunity to talk with several other managers across the state, and it appears that Custer is at that 3%, probably on the low range of what everybody else is looking at for increasing their revenue. So I feel pretty good about that. I've talked about the 5-year plan and how we kind of smooth things out over a longer period of time. We're not really robbing Peter to pay Paul, but we want to make sure that looks good over a period. And I think we got a pretty good plan. I think that 3% fits in. Enormous amount of cost increases over the last 2 or 3 years. Delivery problems driven up cost. So I think not having a rate increase for about 7 or 8 years is kudos. We've gone through some of that, but it's just time that we need to get back.
Yeah.
And so we've kind of held ourselves back, did what we needed to do to move forward, still building projects, still doing everything that we need to do. But I think we've done it smarter and we've done it better, and so we're in great shape. But from a management perspective, it's time that we start increasing revenue just a little bit. And so I hate to. I know, was it the last radio show we might have talked a little bit about that. That's not really one of my favorite things to talk about. But at the end of the day, I'm also charged with the fiduciary responsibility of running an organization that continues.
Yeah.
And so that is a part of it, and that's where we're at. So
I'm guessing we'll be talking about that in future shows.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, anybody that's bought a double cheeseburger lately knows that.
Oh my goodness! What?
The cost has gone up for about everything. So I think we get it, Rick.
Yeah.
So to go 5 or 6 years without increase in the environment of economics today, that's pretty outstanding.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Well, thank you.
All right, come back and see us.
You betcha.
All right, love those socks, man.
Yeah, Hydro.
Hydro. We'll take a quick time out and catch up on some news right after this.
Happy October from your friends at RT Ace Hardware. As the weather continues to cool off, head to Ace Hardware to pick up the RV antifreeze you need. Trust them, you don't want to be too late. And with a price of 2 for $7 on 1-gallon jugs, it's even easier to prevent damage to drains and water lines. It's Fire Prevention Month. Go to Ace Hardware and browse their selection of smoke detectors and fire extinguishers. RT Ace Hardware, your locally owned hardware connection in Broken Bow.
Take a listen to the list of projects that MC Fencing can help you with. Fencing, including builds, removals, and repairs, plus cedar tree cutting, including those hard-to-get spots like side hills. MC Fencing uses professional-grade equipment, which means you receive the most efficient and cleanest job possible. The journey toward their fair and competitive pricing begins with a free estimate. Openings are available now, so call Martin Castro at 308-870-6227. MC Fencing, serving Custer County and the surrounding area.
The World Wide Web is more than 40 years old. In those 40 years, it has grown while the devices we access it on have shrunk to fit in our pocket. At Nebraska State Bank, we know that brings both opportunity and challenges to our customers. That's why we're here to help. Check out our convenient online and mobile banking options at nesb.bank or visit one of our locations in Broken Bow, Callaway, or Myrna for help getting started. Easy to use and, most importantly, a secure way to manage your money. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The Biden administration hopes the killing of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar will pave the way for a lasting ceasefire in Gaza. Defense Secretary Austin in Brussels.
We will continue to drive hard to bring all of the hostages home and to end the conflicts in both Gaza and Lebanon through principled diplomacy.
American Paul Whelan, who was freed in a prisoner swap with Russia 2 months ago, tells CBS News he suffers from PTSD.
I see a picture of me from the prison, or I see a picture of me from court that's on TV, and that takes me back to being in that court or being in the prison.
He was held for more than 5 years. The full interview on Sunday's Face the Nation. The government's investigating Tesla's full self-driving system over reports of crashes in low visibility conditions. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert.
Federal safety investigators say they have reports of 1 pedestrian death, another unrelated injury, and 4 crashes in total.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monsi Bolaños.
The Dodgers crushed the Mets in Game 4 of the NLCS, and it all started like this.
Ohtani swings, and it's a missile to right field. Marte will turn, and watch this one fly. Shohei Ohtani, a leadoff home run, a laser beam to right field, and it's 1-0 Dodgers right off the hop in Game 4.
AM 570 LA Sports on the call. The final score against the Mets was 10-2. Game 5 is later today at 5 Eastern from New York. LA leads the series 3-1. The Guardians and the Yankees went to extra innings in Game 3 of the ALCS. David Fry walked it off for the Guardians with a 2-run homer in the 10th inning for a 7-5 win. Thursday Night Football saw the Broncos crush the Saints 33-10. Denver running back Devontae Williams had 2 rushing touchdowns, while the Broncos defense recorded 6 sacks, forced 2 fumbles, and even scored a touchdown.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Slight chance of rain showers. Today, otherwise cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun. High temperatures reach up to 74. Winds out of the south, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected. Tonight, thunderstorms likely. Lows dip down to about 47. Slight chance of rain showers. Tomorrow, 65, cloudy. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thank you, Jennifer. 54 degrees. The sky is clearing. Winds out of the south, 5 to 15. And we have had some light sprinkles this morning, but now more sunshine. So we'll hope for that forecast to continue to call for moisture, but right now, sun shining through the window here as we speak. Brent, before we forget, and I know that you never forget sports because that's what you do and that's what you live for and talk about, but I would like to have you take time this morning to update our listeners on our broadcast schedule this weekend because we're going to be doing a little switching around because of the Big Red game.
We'll actually start with today. We've got our football doubleheader for you today on our radio stations on KBBN 95.3 FM, KBBN.com. We'll have South Loop against Arcadia Loop City. Game will be in Callaway. Jeremy and Larry going to take care of that for us. Kickoff at 7. Consolidated pregame show will start things at 6 on KBBN Radio. And then on KCNI, we'll have live coverage of Broken Bow football as the Indians take on Central City at Mark Grosso Field. Myself and Kurt Crowley will have the call of that for you. Kickoff at 7. Custer Federal State Bank pregame show starting things at 6 o'clock. Then as we go into tomorrow, we got Nebraska football on KBBN 95.3 FM, early kickoff for the Huskers. So pregame starts with countdown to kickoff at 9 o'clock on the Huskers radio network. Kickoff just after 11. We'll have the post-game coverage for you as well, so that'll be on KBBN tomorrow. Last night had a wonderful opportunity of covering some of the opening round matches at the Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference Volleyball Tournament. So the championship Saturday round is all set. Semifinals are set. They'll start at 1 o'clock tomorrow at Broken Bow High School, and we'll have coverage of championship Saturday of the tournament for you on Central Nebraska's Sports Source. Our radio coverage will start at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and the radio coverage will start on KCNI 1280 AM and 96.3 FM. The first semifinal will feature Brady against Sandhills Thetford, with Mullen against Anselmo Myrna to follow. Then we'll have coverage of the third-place consolation match following the semifinals, and we'll have that for you on KCNI 1280 AM and 96.3 FM. Then when we get to the championship match tomorrow, which is scheduled to start at 5:30, we will change our radio coverage and move over to KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com for coverage of the championship match of the MNAC tournament. By that time, Husker football coverage should be completed with the early kickoff. And so to expand our radio coverage, since KCNI will have to start decreasing in power as we go further into the day, we'll move the championship match over to KBBN 95.3 FM. Now, all four matches that we're doing for you tomorrow from the MNAC tournament are also going to be on the live video stream, too. So you'll be able to watch it and listen to the radio call along with it, and we'll have all of that for you through sandhillsexpress.com on the Sandhills Express Facebook page and YouTube channel.
All right. Lots of different ways to watch or listen to the coverage at the high school level this weekend. Of course, KBBN.com, KCNI1280.com. That's audio only, but it's right there on your smartphone, on your tablet, on your desktop. And, of course, if you can watch and listen, why not?
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks to all the great sponsors we have for the video coverage.
Indeed.
All right, let's see. I don't know if Christy here. Do you know if she's here?
Well, she was earlier. I saw her.
Yes.
Hey, Christy. It's Dave and Brent.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. I have a question for you. I've been thinking about, we have a preschool or a daycare in our neighborhood. Right next to Brent. There's just a little alleyway between his place and the kids. If we build a little corral on the west the west end of Brent's house.
Would you like my donkey?
Well, yes. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. My donkey would love to come in and do that.
It would just be on maybe on Thursdays or something like that, once a week, so the kids could.
Yeah.
Is he petable?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Tulip.
You got two of them?
No, I got his name is
Tulip.
Oh, Tulip. Well, I'd love to have Tulip come into the neighborhood once a week or so.
Yeah, I think she'd love it, too.
All right. Well, thank you. Maybe we can arrange that.
All righty.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. Well, what we're coming up with here, my good friend and
No, it's not what we are coming up with. It's what you are coming up with. There's no we in this whole thing.
Now settle down.
Just you.
Just settle down. Just think of the little kids. When they, in and out of the school there, the daycare, and they could come over and pet Tulip. Maybe look at the chickens and the ducks. We could rotate the livestock. Joan would feed it. All you'd have to do is just clean the pens.
Well, I think you should just set up all this at your house.
Well, no, we're not right next door. The kids you don't want them crossing the street.
I love your ideas, Dave.
I know you do.
I never know where they're gonna come from, but always enjoy hearing the idea.
I am certain that Mom in Arkansas is loving this idea. Even though you forgot the anniversary. Friends, step into your power.
With advanced protection against corn rootworm, when pest pressure is highest, hit back your hardest. Talk to your DeKalb representative. Never settle. Read and follow pesticide label directions, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
Live music and the Huskers are the name of the game at Sylvester's in Broken Bow this weekend, and you're invited. Friday night, the Jesse Carr Band takes the stage. They thrive on versatility and multi-genre music. Male and female vocalists will have their vocals soaring. Speaking of soaring vocals, cheer loud for the Big Red on Saturday. The Husker game kicks off at 11, and you get happy hour pricing during the first and third quarters. And mark those calendars, the annual Halloween party is November 1st with Tim Zott performing at Sylvester's in Broken Bow.
9:19 is your time. Still plenty of things to talk about this morning on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. And Jeremy Shipe is in the studio now, and he has something he'd like to preview. But while I have Jeremy here, I'm kind of bubbling up some ideas, Jeremy, and working with my neighbor on a little, sort of a petting zoo right on the west end of his house, right next to the daycare center for the kids.
Nice. That just makes sense.
That's what we're thinking.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for coming in here and backing him up. Appreciate you, Shipe.
So I know that Mr. Shipe has many talents. He displays those here at the station each and every day, all the different things he puts together for us. But what I was wondering, your dad ran a machine shop for many years.
Yeah. Yep.
And so did he teach you how to weld?
Yes. Yeah. Have some good experience welding. Yeah. Takes me a little bit to get my feet back. You know, I don't weld every day.
Sure.
But, you know, it's kind of like riding a bike. You kind of got to remember it.
Well, if we come up with some materials, you think you could build a little donkey corral to put on the property there where Brent lives?
Oh, yeah.
Just
yeah, I've got a welder.
Okay. We'll find some pipe and build a little donkey corral for Tulip.
Yep. I've got a fresh bottle of gas, too. I think I can weld up to 1/4 inch.
Okay.
So it can be built strong.
Yeah,
we don't want strong enough you'll never move it.
Oh, that's good. We want it to be strong, and it wouldn't. We don't want the little donkey to get out in the street.
Now we'll build it tall.
That's a good idea. And the kids
if
can
Brent ends up on the wrong side of the gate, he'll get stuck in there too.
The donkey and Brent on the west side of the house. So, okay, we'll talk about that at a little bit later date as this develops. Chickens and guineas for sure, maybe some geese.
Brent's not combating it, so he must be on board.
He's on board because it's for
I've
kids.
just given up. Over the years, I'm just like, you know what? I just given up. I'm just going to.
One of these times, one of these skits is going to stick, and we're going to build something in your yard.
Yeah, you better not.
The joke will end, and the reality will start, and you'll be in trouble.
Well, your landlord just might be all over this. He might like the idea.
Put a free will donation jar out there.
Oh my!
Yeah,
and then decorate it for the season. We'll put Christmas lights on it.
Oh, that'd be with the little donkey. Maybe we could come up with a little nativity scene.
Yeah, we'll turn it into a nativity scene.
Keep thinking, Brent. I know that you're in on this. Now, Jeremy, you've got a wonderful article you wanted to highlight.
Yeah, going to be putting this up on local news tomorrow. I'll just kind of talk a little bit about what it is without giving away too much detail. If you're in Sargent, you already know this because they had a pep rally for this here towards the end of this week. But there's 4 young ladies that compete on a floriculture team that are going to National FFA, and they're leaving in a bus or a van or some kind of form of transportation on Monday. So congratulations to those 4, and I had a opportunity to talk to Jackie a little bit about that, and that story comes out tomorrow morning.
A really good story.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So that's coming up tomorrow. You might brush up on your welding a little bit over the weekend if you have a chance.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Would you want to come up maybe next week sometime and do some measurements?
Yeah, we can do that.
And see if we got what kind of room we have there on the west end.
Mm-hmm.
Hope someone doesn't call you in for trespassing.
We'll build it in the street where it's legal, and then when you're sleeping, we'll just throw it into your lawn.
You can build it in my driveway, and we can just
Yeah, then we'll move it over. It's going to be far too heavy for that. We're going to have to build it closer. I'm sure we could talk to the daycare, get permission to be in their driveway.
Oh, they got a nice driveway there. Dan's done a great job on that. See, Dan has, a vested interest in making sure the kids are happy in the neighborhood because they have the daycare right across the alley from Brent and Shelley.
I mean, you wouldn't dare want to be labeled a Scrooge for not wanting to put up,
or someone who doesn't like kids.
Yeah, I mean, what do you not like kids over there, Apperson? This sounds like a news story.
When the state
KCNI KBBN sports director.
When the state playoff bracket comes out over the weekend, I hope there's the potential for a matchup that would take Shipe 4 hours away, because I'm sending him there.
He's going to send me to the moon.
Oh, jeez.
Just don't send me back to Benkelman. I still have PTSD from driving to Benkelman.
Oh, that was a trip, wasn't it?
That was the worst.
You're going back to Dundee County, boy.
Well, I'm glad we kind of got the idea of pot percolating. That's the main thing. And
if anybody has any ideas here in the last 6 minutes of the show, the chat box is open on the live video.
We have some libraries to get to. Can we transition?
There you go. That'll only extend the show.
Take care of the business.
Everyone will have more time.
I think a peacock would really be cool.
Oh, those things are...
They're a little noisy sometimes.
They're a little noisy.
But they're beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
I wish we were still an NBC affiliate and we could use the peacock for stuff here at the station.
Yeah, like a mascot.
Yeah. You want to start in there?
I would love to. Yes, I would love to transition to another topic. Pizza Hut. Try the Hut Box, starting at $6.99. Personal pan or a melt with fries or wings. Don't forget delivery, carry out, dine in. They're ready for you. Make sure to sign up for Pizza Hut Rewards too for extra deals and savings. And mention that you heard this ad on the radio, and you might save a little money, like maybe up to 30%.
Wow.
So make sure you tell them that you heard it on the radio. Pizza Hut in Broken Bow.
If we had the little animal farm on the west end of your house, we could give away certificates to some of the businesses. Circle V Stitch and Post, north side of town, are ready for fall and winter. And maybe you're ready for a new jacket, but you'd like to put your business name on it or your favorite team logo on it. Velma's up for that. She can put your brand on just about anything, your farm name. She carries shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve polos, hats, and more for the season. She also has some new cowhide coasters in and rugs and table runners that you can have your brand put on. And Velma can always help you create something that you're going to really like. She has some new items in stock, as well as she can order things as well. If you want to go through and order, she'll get it and put it together for you. And she has a lot of perfect gifts for weddings, baby showers, anniversaries. Anniversaries.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I didn't even catch it. Maybe if you forgot somebody's anniversary, they can help you. Wonderful.
Anyway, Velma can get you started with your creation at 308-872-6173, located north of Broken Bow at 43920 Paulson Road.
Hey, exciting news from Carmen and the Tumbleweed Cafe. Tumbleweed's Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill is officially open. Head to the west side of the Tumbleweed 7 days a week from 5 to 10. Later on Broken Bow game nights. Nightly specials, delicious sports bar food, and drinks await. The Tumbleweed's Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill. Man, what a great new feature. That sounds like a lot of fun. Also, we know that harvest is going on. Do you need some harvest meals ready for lunch? Well, call into the Tumbleweed, and they will have them hot and ready for you at the drive-thru. Also, they offer express meals through the drive-thru from 11 until 2, Monday through Friday. If you're late getting home at night and don't have time to prep for the week, stop and pick up a variety of casseroles that are pre-made that you can pick up and then pop in the oven when you need them. Open 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily for dine-in. Check them out, the Tumbleweed Cafe. A lot of exciting things going on.
Thank you, Brent. Juan says hello. Good morning. Have a relaxing weekend. Thank you, Juan. Also, Garrett says, my favorite quotes of the day, nuclear crow, and don't send me back to Binkelman. All right. Click Family Healthcare. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Click Family Healthcare encourages women over 40 to have their annual mammograms. Good Samaritan Hospital has partnered with Click Family to offer reduced price on the 3D mammograms for $149 when purchased in October. You have 6 months to use the voucher, so call Click Family Healthcare in Broken Bow or Kearney for assistance. Click Family Healthcare provides affordable, patient-centered health care. And again, here in Broken Bow and in Kearney, and talk to them about their offer that they have in partnership with Good Samaritan Hospital during this Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
The Huskers are back in action tomorrow. Maybe you got some friends coming over for the game, and you're thinking, hey, we need to pick up some refreshment. Whiskey Barrel is the place. Ready to go. Stop in and see Stan the Man. They're ready to take care of you at the Whiskey Barrel in Broken Bow.
Jack Dean Simpson. Let's see here. Something about they can provide a forklift to put the fence up for the petting zoo in your yard, Brent. Nebraska Department of Transportation has an exceptional opportunity for a highway maintenance worker to join the team in Ansley. At the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees' hard work with friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation, and provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, a work-life balance, and comprehensive benefits package that includes a matching retirement contribution. You need to apply online for this job. All lowercase, statejobs.nebraska.gov. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer. And I might just note this morning I received a nice bag of little Snicker bars for Boss's Day.
Oh, nice.
And you didn't know that, did you?
No, because they didn't come from me.
That hurts. So anyway, I just had one, and I find that those little nuts make it hard to pronounce words after you eat a Snickers bar, so forgive me. Nebraska Land Hearing Center.
Yes.
Features a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 35 years of experience right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Roxanne.
Mm-hmm.
She is ready to go for you. If you're struggling with your hearing or worrying about missing out on conversations with family and friends at gatherings, or maybe making plans for a petting zoo, stop in to see Roxanne. She can help. And she has extended discounts for new and returning patients for buying local. It's important, Brent.
Mm-hmm.
Says right here, stress.
Yeah, good. It's a good thing to stress. I mean, that's very nice that she does that, and it encourages people to stay home to take advantage of the service.
That is correct. Free hearing evaluation and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, and those discounts for returning patients and for buying local. No need to travel anywhere but right here in Custer County to Broken Bow to Nebraska Land Hearing Center. Call to make an appointment at 308-384-3852. The office is located in the Broken Bow Chamber Building, and the business name is on the glass in front. There you go. Thank you, Brent. Good neighbor.
Yeah.
Co-host,
thanks, Dave.
longtime friend, brother and son all in one. Any last thoughts before we close the show today?
I don't think so. I think we kind of went through the sports stuff earlier in the show. So, yeah, I think we've taken care of our business, and it's time to move forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too. Do you mind if I slip over to your place and measure your yard on the west end there?
Yes, I do mind.
Well, it wouldn't bother anything. I just want to know the dimensions. Guineas and Rhode Island Reds, tulip. The kids are going to love it. I got to talk to Mom down in Arkansas about it and see if I can get her to encourage you to whip up some enthusiasm for it. Did I mention the pancake and sausage feed at Callaway?
You did, yeah,
Okay.
but it's probably worth repeating quick before we go.
That is on Sunday for Kent Trumbull, firefighter, EMT for 30 years, retiring due to health issues. And all it takes is a free will donation.
Yep.
Proceeds go to Kent's medical and family needs. Starts at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning, runs through the noon hour at the community center in Callaway. And I think we've covered most everything else. Monday, on Monday the 21st, there's a drive-through flu shot clinic, noon until 4, at Central Nebraska Medical Clinic here in Broken Bow. Just a note for you. Thanks to Jeremy for putting all these things together. Not only can he weld and build corrals, he can disperse information like no other.
Yes.
You want a Snickers? I wasn't going to offer you one, but since you didn't even know you gave it to me.
Great. I know I owe, it's probably Christy. I owe more money to her now. For I think there's some other gifts that have been given around to staff members around here that I still owe for. So I have to try to settle up sometime.
We can work a deal. Don't worry about it. We're going to
Okay.
take a quick time out. We'll come back and close the show right after these words.
You already know that when you want a great appliance you can rely on,